On the hour, rugbyleague.com news. Brought to you by Thomson Reuters, the global leader for news.
Coming up, Warrington to play Hull KR in the Challenge Cup final. In the south of France, the Canaries dig deep to beat the Leopards to qualify for Super 13 decider. And in country New South Wales, match officials call off game due to spectator abuse. But first up, in the Northern Hemisphere, Sam Burgess coach Warrington have booked their place in next month's Challenge Cup final at Wembley. That's after the Wolves defeated Lee Leopards 21 points to 14 at Totally Wicked Stadium in the second of the Cup semi-finals, after Warrington went to the Sheds leading 15-4. Their opponents, of course, to be Hull KR, the Robins getting through after their 36-12 win against the Catalan Dragons at York. In the south of France, the Albi Tigers to play Carcassonne in the final of the Super 13 after the Canaries won the second semi-final 11 points to 6 in a hard-fought affair against Villeneuve after it was 6 apiece at half-time. Albi qualified first thanks to a 26-8 victory against Lemieux. In the Southern Hemisphere, in the final game of the NRL's Women in League round, Cronulla beat Manly 30 points to 14 after the Sharks led 14-0 at the break, and after Manly got it back to 14 apiece at Four Pines Park. But after that, the Sharkies took control, scoring 3 tries to knock over the Eagles for the second time in a month. For Cronulla, Ronaldo Mulitalo got a double, tries also to Adam Fanua-Blake, Braden Trindle and KL Iro, and with the boot, Nico Hines with 5 goals. And for Manly, 2 tries to Tolatau Kola and Ruben Garrick with 3 goals. The crowd at Brookie, 15,823. South of the Murray, Ryan Pappenhausen absolutely destroyed the West Tigers. He scored a hat-trick inside the first 17 minutes of Melbourne's belting of the Tigers at Amy Park. Put simply, it was a Mother's Day massacre. The Storm crushing the Tigers 64-0 as Melbourne equalled their biggest winning margin in club history. The Storm led 34-0 at half-time, and following the resumption, Pappenhausen got his 4th try, and the points, well, they just kept on coming for Melbourne. They scored 11 tries all up, and aside from Pappy, 4-pointers to Josh King, Jerome Hughes, Nick Meaney, the returning Nelson Asofa-Solomona, Ali Katoa, Cameron Munster, and Bronson Garlick. And for the record, Pappenhausen finished up with 36 points himself from those 4 tries plus 10 goals in front of a crowd of 17,376. Pappy's individual tally, by the way, a club record, eclipsing Matt Geyer going back to 1999. And the table after 10 rounds, the Bulldogs, of course, still on top on 18 points, the Warriors second on 16, then Melbourne and Canberra on 14, the Sharks 12, the Cowboys 11, and then on 10 points, we have Brisbane, Manly, the Roosters, Tigers and Souths. On 8 points, the Dolphins, Dragons, Newcastle and Gold Coast. Second last on 7, Penrith Panthers. And in the cellar, Parramatta on 6 points. In the Queensland Cup, in his comeback from a 9-game NRL suspension, playing for South's Logan, Broncos star Ezra Mam was placed on report for a high tackle on Western Clydesdales forward Lachlan Mears-Crabb. And as for the result, the Magpies way too strong for the Clydesdales, winning 66 points to 10. And in the other catch-up game, a close one, Townsville Blackhawks snuck home 21-20 against the Jets at the North Ipswich Reserve. In the New South Wales Cup on day 2 of Regional Magic Round in the country music capital of Tamworth, the Dragons beat Newtown 34-4, the Roosters 36-20 over Manly, and Parramatta 28, Bulldogs 41. In the Ron Massey Cup, Jarryd Hayne, the Hayne Plane and the Wenty Magpies, too good for the Bulldogs, winning 22 points to 14 at Ringrose Park. Glebe 32, Blacktown Workers 24, the Bulls 12, Penrith Brothers 6, and St Mary's 30 points to 20 victors against Ryde Eastwood. And in bush footy, huge drama coming out of the Western Riverina in southern New South Wales, where Group 20 match officials walked off the field with 17 to go because of spectator abuse. It happened at the home of the Hay Magpies, who had just scored a try against Yenda Blue Heelers and were hoping to convert to level up at 22-all, only for the officials to call it off. In rugby league crazy PNG, the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup season continues at the Santos National Football Stadium in the capital Port Moresby. Hella Wigman, 26-21 winners against the Goroka Lahanis, the Wigman scoring the match-winning try, in fact, inside the final 2 minutes. The Port Moresby Vipers defeating the Kimber Cutters 20 points to 16, and the Central Dabaris 18-14 victors against the Anga Miox. I'm Jason Costigan, and that's the latest in news on rugbyleague.com.